Welcome back to another review video. Today we're going to be talking about God of War Valhalla. Now this is a brand new DLC that Santa Monica Studio had decided to cook up for us, and they announced it at the Game Awards show. And to be honest, I was surprised at the releasing this because a free DLC in 2023 is this real life, especially with every single game charging the most, for half products. We've been seeing it time and time again, and since Santa Monica wants to throw this at us, I gotta try it. Alright, and I gotta say, God of War Valhalla is actually pretty good. I really did like it, man. From the storyline to the gameplay, I thought it was a pretty fun DLC, especially with it being free as well. That is for sure worth it. Now, if you have God of War Ragnarok, you could literally just download it and play it. Again, it is free, so I would definitely recommend it, man. This DLC is really fun. The storyline as well, I feel like is worth it for the most part. The storyline does carry this DLC a little bit. I mean, gameplay's fine, don't get me wrong, but God of War Valhalla, I'm not gonna, really dip into spoilers, but it's kind of like this gauntlet thing where you basically go into this gauntlet, all right, and you have to complete it, go all the way to the top, and then defeat the final boss, and then you get more cutscenes and stuff through the story, and you keep on doing the same thing over and over again. So it does get really, really repetitive at times, and there's just times where you just want to get over with, like, bro, can I just get to the top? You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to just be sitting here doing the same thing over and over again. Especially the worst part about this is that when you die, let's say you're at the very top, right, or you're close to the top, when you die, you have to literally start all over again. So it just makes it even more annoying than it really is. But it's not really that bad, like the repetitive nature of things isn't really that bad. Sure, you do see the same places and stuff, fight the same enemies, but there's different upgrade trees that you could pick, and there's different abilities that you can pick. You could pick your different rewards and stuff like that. So I feel like that does change it up a little bit. But other than that, man, like, it's just repetitive. It's just the same thing over and over again. So that definitely does bring it down. But the storyline, cutscenes, and everything else was just incredible. I mean, absolutely incredible. Like, that alone is definitely worth more than the free price tag. I do think that if I was to rank this DLC, or like if I had to put a price on this DLC, I would say it's like a nice solid $15 DLC. It kind of feels like a game mode within the game, because after you complete the storyline with God of War Valhalla, you could just keep on doing the same gauntlet over and over again to fight different bosses, harder bosses, and get harder and harder to upgrade your character. And the thing also about this is that whatever you did in God of War Ragnarok does not matter. You basically start off from fresh, you start from zero. So even if you're not really used to the game, or not, if you don't remember those button combinations that could pull out the cheesy moves, you could basically go in there and do the same thing over again. So I think that is pretty cool. And every time you die or whatever, let's say if you die, or every time you go back to the beginning, you can make different changes on what your armor is, what your shield is, what your weapon is, even your rage, whatever, the red bar, as you guys could see in the bottom right. You can make different changes to that. You could do the fist, you could do whatever. I think that's how it was in the main game too. I kind of forgot. But overall, man, like, other than that, there is different things inside the gauntlet that could help you. Like, let's say if you have low health, right, there is like this little thing you go up to that could give you more health, so that's pretty nice. But I definitely say another thing about this now, thinking about it right now, is that there needs to be more health rocks in this gauntlet, man. There's just times where I'm like low health and I can't find a health rock, and then you go to fill up your health, right, and it says sold out. Like, what do you mean sold out, man? So there was times, as I said, where I was at the very top, right, fighting the final boss, whatever, of the gauntlet, and then I had to restart over again. Freaking, it was just super annoying. And so after just losing 2 to 3 times in a row, I just changed the difficulty to like the easiest, just to get over with, man. Just unlock the final cutscene. I don't care what you guys say, all right? I'm not gonna be trying and sweating my freaking cheeks off for a PvE game, okay? I'm just not gonna be doing that. So yeah, that was definitely pretty annoying. But even if you're rusty at God of War Ragnarok, or if you don't really remember, it is really easy to get back into it. You know what I mean? It really, like, the button combination, anything aren't that crazy compared to other games. You know what I mean? So I definitely do think that's pretty good. But overall, I thought it was just a really awesome DLC. Again, the storyline is incredible. If you love the older God of War games, and especially if you like Kratos, you will definitely enjoy this DLC, man. This DLC has no Atreus in it. All right, I don't know if this is a little spoiler, whatever, but you don't play with Atreus at all. It's just Kratos, and it's just, going and poking through Kratos' past, I guess, and you fighting some past enemies. So if you like that type of style gameplay, if you like that gauntlet challenging gameplay, then you'll really enjoy God of War Ragnarok. But for me personally, it just got a little repetitive at times, so I definitely do think that is a negative thing. But storyline's great, everything else is 10 out of 10 excellent, just like the main game itself. And I'm just really excited for the next God of War game. They kind of did a little bit, I'm not saying they teased the next game, but it kind of gives you an idea of what is to come. You know, like, I'm not saying it shows you, okay, this is exactly coming. Oh my gosh, we're going to go to this mythology next. You know, like, no, we're not going to do that. But it definitely shows you a little bit of different mythologies, I guess you would say, in a way. All right, I'm not, as I said, I'm not trying to spoil anything, but I'm telling you guys how it is, man. So that's all I really have for you guys today. Going to be a shorter video because the DLC, again, is pretty short. If you don't die at all and if you just go straight through it, then you'll complete it in probably 2 to 3 hours at best. But if not, then yeah, you could just, as I said, after you're done completing the storyline, you could just keep on doing it over and over again. And it's just like a fun little side game mode if you enjoy the God of War combat and stuff like that. I think the God of War combat is cool, whatever, but I mostly play God of War now for the storyline. You know what I mean? It's a story game, so that's what I played the game for. It's just a story. So as I said, I really did enjoy it. It was really fun. And if I was to rate God of War Ragnarok out of 10, I'm giving it a solid 7, 7.5 out of 10. It was gonna be, I thought before, like, oh, 8 out of 10, but again, just the repetitive nature, find the same enemies over again, it just got a little boring to me personally. And there was times where I was, you know, playing the DLC, right, I die, I just literally get off the game because it was just super frustrating. So yeah, 7, 7.5 out of 10, really great, really fun. And the free DLC, you know, like, they definitely did knock it out the park, especially with it being free. As I said, I think this should be at least maybe $10 to $15 at most, but having it free, I think, is absolutely incredible. So yeah, if you have God of War Ragnarok, you can just download it right now and play it, and it is pretty fun. So yeah, it's been GoModeDaniel. Thank you guys for watching. Drop a like, subscribe, of course, follow all my socials, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.